Hello, space and simulation fans. So after Stationeers, which isn't over, and Derail Valley, which is also still ongoing, and Flight of Nova, of which I only have the demo, I might buy it in a week or two. Let's see what the price is doing when the winter sales begin. Well, Kerbal Space Program caught my eye. I have been having this for a few years now, but never took the leap to actually go into it. And today I played, what was it, yesterday? I played a few of the training missions, and now I just want to start the career mode because it was suggested to me to install a few mods and then just do the contracts, which might even be better than just working through the imperfect tutorials. So let's do that. Start new. Here we go. KSP career. Difficulty normal. I don't know how to deal with the difficulty and all that. Nice to meet you. I know this will just tell me about the buildings and so forth, and the inputs and mission control. Where are the contracts? Was that mission control already? Maybe. Ah, yeah. Okay. Gather scientific data from Kerbal. Launch our first vessel. Escape the atmosphere. Orbit Kerbal. Contract. Gather scientific data from Kerbal. Kerbal World First Record Keeping Society. Offer expires in 2 days. So if I take it now, it will last forever, or will it expire after 2 days after I've started taking it? I guess the former. One of the founding principles of Kerbal World First Record Keeping Society is to continue to advance the frontiers of science. We still have unchecked items on our list of records to break and would like to change that. It's time for you to take another step in advancing the frontier. Give us a quick crew report before launching. It's fine if any of the lights on the control panel are flashing, just give it a swift kick. Prestige trivial. Expires 2 days. Objectives: recover or transmit any science experiment data from Kerbal to achieve this goal. And this one? One of the founding principles. Continue to advance the frontiers of science. Nobody has set any space records yet. It would probably be best to just start by getting something off the launch pad. Then we can start worrying about things like survivability. But really, there's no sense in us still talking while there's science to be done. Shall we get to it? We'd like to officially start off the space program with a bang. A very controlled bang, preferably. Trivial, expires 5 days. Objective: launch your first vessel off the launch pad or the runway to achieve this goal. Well, this seems a bit more complex. Escape the atmosphere, orbit Kerbal. These are the active ones. And now expires never. So by me taking them, I have. So that's what the expiration meant, right? And then I guess we need to create or load. I don't know if that's legitimate or makes sense. A vessel. Hello, I'm the Chief Rocket Dude. Vehicle assembly. Great impressive, huh? On your left you shall find components to construct your own spacecraft. You can then have a look around with right mouse button and so forth. Why can I not move the mouse? Normally you can. Weird. Okay. Onion, re-entry module. Now for that I first have to exit. Bop. Now I can. Ah, yes. How was that? That would be good for the people to die. Then, min pressure, I don't know, doesn't really matter. Yeah, everything is fine, default settings. Then I would have to have an engine to actually move somewhere. Flee, solid fuel booster, which will just step on the gas once fired and will not stop. Then we have the staging stuff here. Blop. Now we have two stages, as in fly and as in, well, sail down with the parachute. Anything else? Or is this all I should currently look at? What things do we have to build with? What is this? A modular girder segment. New, build the structure of your dreams with the Maxo construction. Oh, okay, this sounds like it's from a mod. Basic fin. I don't know if I need those, but why not add some fins? Well, because it costs 25 bucks. That's why. Actually, what costs this? What does this stuff cost? This one costs 600. Okay. This one costs 200. So who cares about a few fins, huh? I want to add some fins. What's this down here? Isn't it kind of in the way? Is this normal? Uh-huh. Delta V. This is mod stuff, I guess. And probably I would like to adjust them. No, not like this. Control Z, yep. Click, move. Turn off snapping. Yeah, that's it. Done and done. Launch. Still not warm. Okay, let's go here and see what this dude can do. View. I thought there was something like sciencing and such. Huh, I guess it's too small to do anything here, huh? Maybe I jumped into, whatever, back into the seat. No, I guess it's too tight. Wasn't there some science button here? I thought I saw something like that during the training stuffs. But I guess we should just start, huh? Oh. Nice. Still height increasing? Man, this is already orbital relevant. I mean, we're not in orbit yet, of course, but you can see the curvature, and this is real. This is not the wide angle lens. That came out wrong, huh? Of course the curvature is real, but the curvature that you see in these high altitude flights in most cases is indeed just the wide angle lens, which makes it fish-eye. When the line of the horizon goes through the very center of the screen and is still curved, well, then you know it's actually curved. That curve is not identical to the real curve because it's still the fisheye lens possibly, but if it's curved, that means, yeah, there is actual curvature. Of course there is. You can see the curvature of Earth at sea level, literally. I mean, okay, literally you have to take a photo and horizontally squeeze it and you will see, oops, it's a curve. You know, for those idiots out there who don't believe that. But I guess those people will not be on this channel. Or at least not this deep in this video. Space astronauts! People are so lost. Ah, view. How about unbuckling now, huh? Oh, now we can. Cannot disembark while off Kerbin's surface. Astronaut complex upgrade required. Okay. I hear the atmosphere streaming rather intensely. Ah, look at this. I believe this is what the fins are doing. This thing is now, unfortunately, actually pointing downwards because of the fins. Height 2,000 meters. Okay. There's, why did the chute not deploy? Damn. Is there a replay feature? I mean, I know I have a video here, I can replay it like this, but during the video recording I cannot have the knowledge that's kinda required. No comment? Like, well, someone died or whatever? Huh. Liftoff. Untitled spacecraft crashed into Kerbin. Jebediah Kerman was killed. That's not a good start. Mark 16 parachute collided into the surface. Basic fin collided into the surface. Revert to launch. Revert to vehicle assembly. So that's undo, yeah? Okay. Currently I have... what was that? Currently I have how much money? Can we see that somewhere? Ah, here. Nee, oh, no. Is this the money? I don't know. 28,000. Oh, let's just look at the administration building. Save and continue. Because they know what the money is. 28,360. That's a weird symbol for money, but okay. And this is the price of this thing? 1357. What if I take this and delete it? I see. Dip, 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 dip. Okay, let's do this again. The fins were actually killing. I mean, who would have thought that? Probably 80% of our people who have played Kerbal Space Program, possibly watching this now, would say, yeah, of course that's what happens. What did you expect? What I expected? I don't know. I'm new to this. Yay! Turbo mode. Wow, this is impressive. Reminds me of Astroneer, which is a wonderful game, really wonderful game. What I'm seeing here, this smear in the center of the screen, I assume is temporal anti-aliasing. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Let's see if the behavior changes as we get closer to the surface. Airstream and all that. Atmosphere is thin. Falling. 22 kilometers height. So, about the science, can I not do any? Wasn't there a button here somewhere? Let's see. Contract parameter complete, contract complete. Gather scientific data. Launch our first vessel, achieve goal. Okay, so the fins were not the primary problem because the airstream is, like an arrow, right? How is this normally solved? What is this showing? Red means the environment isn't safe for this or whatever? I don't remember. What was it again? I should read the infos about the parachute. What am I doing wrong? I mean, I saw this... I did this in the... Oh, I guess it's pretty clear what I'm doing wrong. I have to separate. Sure. That would be the answer. Oh, I can't do that yet. Huh. Then I don't know. Maybe I was just flying too high? Okay, this thing is ready for deployment, but it isn't yet, I don't know, triggered or whatever. So it's active, but it's not yet turning on. And now it's pointing down. Okay, that doesn't seem to be the problem. Maybe the speed was just too high last time. I don't know. Why didn't the chute deploy? I press space. Oh, I just wanted to press space again, but like 1/10 of a second earlier, this actually happened. I guess the fall was just too fast for the parachute last time. Because the height certainly wasn't the problem. Huh. And now what? I mean, how do you continue from here? Well, I first have to find out the flow of this game. What are the next steps? What are steps you can take in the first place? How do I go back to main menu? Oh, if there's a thing I should do now. Resume flight, revert flight. Ah yeah, here we go, Space Center. Aha, that's where the dude is, and okay. And what's that? Unknown. Anyway, there's two kind of bubbles here. Ah, untitled spacecraft. Yeah. Fly, recover. Haha, recovery of a vessel that survived the flight. 1 data gathered. Data value 5. 5 science. Personal parachute. Plus 10 funds, plus 24 funds. The EVA jetpack. Aha, so this guy does have a jetpack. 1 XP gained. Total reputation 13. And what's that? Maybe that was reputation before and reputation after? Or is no reputation gained and I had 13 before already? And what's this? A spacecraft. 3 parts, 0 stages. Landed at Kerbal. Fly, recover. 1 data gathered, data value 0.83. Lots of little parts. Funds. Done. Now, okay, I think that was a successful thing. I don't know how we now have this money. Who paid for this? Or is this the data gathered? Or is it the contracts completed? Let's look at the mission control building. Oh, okay. Gather scientific data from Kerbal. Achievement goal incomplete. Completion will give me this, and that, and that, and that. What is it that's required? Give us a quick crew report before launching. I knew there was such a thing, crew report, but I didn't find the fucking button. Is it because of the mods that I have that the button is invisible or in a different place or whatever? Conduct a focused observational survey of Kerbal. While working late nights, the scientists at Clamp Otron have made a startling discovery. Some Kerbals say that every place on Kerbal looks exactly the same. We disagree, but need someone else to prove them wrong, so this is where you come in. We need to test our newly acquired capabilities with a focused survey of Kerbal. Go to the designated test site and gather some observational reports. Prestige trivial. Expires in 1 day, duration 5 years. Objectives: take a crew report in flight below. Take a crew report in flight below 17,500 meters near site Z160 incomplete. Conduct a focus observation survey. Huh? Same thing again. Take a crew report in flight above 8 above. These are all similar. Test Mark 16 parachute in flight over Kerbal. Didn't I do that already? The CEO and chief bottle washer at Freefall Parachutes has stumbled on a problem. There is very little knowledge about how the Mark 16 parachute performs under conditions not found in a standard laboratory. This is why we're here. We want you to test the Mark 16 parachute in flight over Kerbal. Prestige trivial. Expires in 5. No. Objectives to perform the test. Activate the part through the staging sequence when all test conditions are met. Test the parachute, Kerbal incomplete, flying complete, altitude 2000 to 9000, incomplete, speed, incomplete, rewards, why can I not take this? Or can I only take this in this amount? Ah yeah, active contracts 2, maximum 2, okay. And I can cancel that contract. Okay. Okay. So the crew survey thing, how do you do that? Should we just do the same thing again? Okay, let's go to the launch site and press M. I just pressed M, nothing happened, so maybe that's only possible at the launch. Yeah, okay, here we go. Nice. What's missing here is that this whole thing should have some gravitas. Like, you move it, and it's like, whoop, 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 doesn't matter, you know, it should, like, I'm heavy. That's what the screen should do. What might this be? Agency Clampotron. Altitude below 17,500. Do I have to go to this particular place? That's intense. So this is the Kerbal Space Center, this is the untitled spacecraft ready for launch, and this is Island Airfield. So I could basically build a plane and fly over here and land here, theoretically, huh? Peculiar. Peculiar and Juliet. Activate navigation. Navigation set to side set. And now I don't know what that is. Is it here? The green thing or whatever? Activate navigation? No. Oh, let's do that. Activate navigation. Activate navigation. Yeah, maybe I should first have changed the... that wasn't the best move. What's that? Should have added more thrust? More fuel? Or both? Is that a gravestone? There's probably a keyboard shortcut for this, huh? Ah, you can run. Nice. This will take eons. Look at this tiny guy and the huge planet. Math is fun. Can I build cars here? Probably, huh? Wow, this will take. Looks feasible. Yeah. 3 more minutes-ish and we're there. So, okay, what about the crew report thing? EVA report? Huh. I don't think spacer was entirely necessary to get here, was it? Keep experiment, transmit data. No usable... No, Can only transmit that. No, but now I know how to do that. Point at the dude, click the button. What is that? This black cylinder-like thing. It's not a gravestone, it's way too big and it seems to be, well, a rotational body. Like a cylinder. Oh, mistakes. Hey, does this work? Oh, that works? Never mind then. Can we see the time of day somewhere? Yeah, up here. Oh, they have real time! It's like the first game ever that I see that has this. Nice. What is this? Maybe it's a glitch of sorts. Or some remainder of something that I did? No, it's too big for that. Oh yeah, okay, so the black monolith, huh? Except it's not monolithic, it's not like the monolith in 2001. Wasn't that just a prompt? Climb. Okay, anyway, back to the Space Center. Recover. Science 18. I'm making money somehow. I don't understand quite how this is working, but it's happening. Anyway. So let's look at the contracts. No, that's the wrong building. Active contracts. Aha. Gather scientific data. Launch our first vessel. Both of these have been done. Conduct a focused observational survey of Kerbin. Take a crew report, in-flight, below, no. I could use the RCS kind of thing if that is something that I already have in career mode. Oh. Okay. What if I cancel the contract? Oh. Okay, so there's no are you sure kind of thing. So I assume this didn't actually cost me money. But this one. Yep. Gimme. Okay, so I have to be at altitude 2000 or higher, so to speak, and speed 110 to 220, and I have to use that parachute. So let me just order this. More solid fuel? I don't know. More thrust and a little bit more fuel. Yeah. And launch. Huh. Meanwhile, I could possibly also try to pilot to that particular place. Oh, that is no longer existent, right? Because it was part of the contract, I guess. Crap. Well then, I just try to go here. I mean, I have to find out how to navigate. What was RCS again? You people and your abbreviations. Height. Okay, we're over 2,000 meters. We're relatively fast. Ish. Actually, I'm flying too high. But okay, I mean, what goes up comes down. Wow. Between 2,000 and 9,000 meters, right? Okay, so we are there. Now I'm falling. If I activate the parachute now, that would take like 3,000 years for me to arrive. But I guess I'm too fast now, huh? Ah, shit, I'm too fast. Oh, not? Oh, okay. I wonder if there was enough to fulfill the contract. It looks like I did some things, but not all of them. Yeah, I didn't set it to actually open earlier. Yep, that was dumb. Or is it the right parachute, Mark 16 even? So currently we have 130,000. If I do recover, I get a little bit of cash. So parachute settings. That's the Mark 16. Yep, of course it didn't open earlier, so we have to go like here maybe. That is significant. And then here I think we could just do with less fuel. And then we could launch again. Yeah, we are over 2,000 meters. We just do this. Speed. I wasn't fast enough, right? I was, I think, at 100 meters. Ah, crap. At least we got another box ticked, huh? I wonder, what happens if I abort this now before I have landed? Does this count? Because it's not on the ground? I guess not. So, what happens? Space Center? What if I click this? Warning, you are in flight. The game cannot be saved at this point. Leaving now will set you back to the last saved state. This last saved state was one... Okay. That's actually meaningful. Because I did it wrong. Are the settings correct? Ish, yeah. This also? Shroud? I don't know what shroud means. Launch! Launchpad not clear. Untitled spacecraft is already on the launch pad. Clear launch pad and proceed to recover untitled spacecraft. Yep. Wop, beep, wop. What's the money saying? Can we see that here? No, not here. This is the people here don't care about the money. This is only about survival and getting the mission done. Which direction should I fly? Can I even decide that? Okay, this time I'll land in the water. Over 2,000. The speed is not 110. I guess I don't have enough fuel to achieve the combination of high enough and fast enough, but, well, let's see. Speed 110. Ah, shit. Okay, that doesn't work. Nope. Nope, nope, nobody, nope, nope. Is there a way to change the graphics a bit? I mean, I would like to adjust gamma and such. Can that be done? Settings. Spacecraft is audio, video and graphics, light boost. This is possibly for the map mode. Yeah. Aerodynamic FX quality. Minimal, very low, low, normal. Yeah, actually. Reflection refresh mode. Low. Let's stick with low. Reflection texture resolution. Yeah, okay. Who knows? Texture quality half resolution? How about full resolution, man? Is there no brightness adjustment thing? No gamma? Nothing? The Stone Age. Okay, whatever. I have to accept that. There must be a shortcut for the time warp. Maybe there is one. Wasn't there a button here that tells me what the keyboard configuration is? I thought so. Oh, you can change the difficulty in flight. Nice. Space Center. This no longer counts as in flight. Yeah, but that was not a success in the spirit of the mission. Actually, let's look at the astronaut complex. Where's the XP displayed, or is that the XP? Maybe. Stupidity. Okay, adjustments. More fuel. I guess this should be enough. This gets me into the air, this accelerates as fuck, this accelerates even as fucker, so that should be enough. Maybe. Artista. That probably stole a bit of my potential maximum height. And I don't think the game counts that as an achievement. Yeah, anyway, river flight. Six and a 7, 8, 9, 10, accelerating, okay. That was the right thought, I guess. Crew report. Crew report while flying over Kerbin's shores. The shores look inviting and you watch the waves roll in to the coast. Keep experiment. I don't know what this means. Let's find out. Review report. Sent. Not usable in-range comms devices. What? Again? No usable in-range comms devices on this vessel. So, what's this vertical speed here? I mean... it's not firing. Why is it not firing? 3000 is the value that I set. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, here we go. Nice, nice, nice. No usable in-range, cannot transmit data. So, can I install some communication equipment on this thing? Maybe. No usable in-range comms devices on this vessel. Aha, interesting. Okay, Valentina Kerman is in the ship. Recover. 5 data gathered, 3.5 science. 1 data gathered is no science because there's no value. Parts, crew, no XP again, I mean, somehow I have more money now. So what about the contracts then? Okay, that was fulfilled. That's the somehow, I guess, how you get more money. Completed. Nice. Okay. Okay. Escape the atmosphere. One of the founding principles of Kerbal World First. This is probably one of those missions that kill an astronaut. Because if I do it wrong, which I will. To continue to advance the frontiers of science. Conduct a focus. Escape the atmosphere. Yeah. You know what? I should rather take a look at the assembly building. What is it that I could or should build at this point? Oh, and the science building. Sure. Research and development. I mean, I have science points. Can I use them meaningfully? I don't know this game. Let's see. Start researched. The technology we start out with. Computer flight unit. This unit has been proven to be at least times faster than this not hard drive. Don't tell anyone, but it's actually just a chip version in a fancy box with flash and Have I used that in a rocket accidentally as part of a bigger thing that I put? Or what is this? Kerbal engineering system. Fin. Jetpack. Can be tricky to master. Personal parachute. So if I ever land, the parachute doesn't deploy, I can EVA and then parachute from there? How though? Inside inventories. Huh. Mark 1 pod. FP solid fuel booster. These two I have just used. Once lit, solid fuel motors cannot be put out until the fuel runs out. Mystery goo containment unit. And the parachute. But the fact remains that the Mark 16 has been widely accepted as a generally better alternative to being in freefall. And what is here? Basic rocketry. Could research that for 5 points. I have some points, yeah. And that would give me the liquid fuel engine, the solid fuel booster, and the fuel tank with liquid fuel, I would suppose. Yeah, of course, the drop says so. Also, I remember this thing from the training. And then engineering. Decoupler, yeah. Gimme. Thermometer. This thermometer is definitely not a store-bought model with some wires stuck to it. Yeah, sure, wink wink. Warranty void if an engineer admits it's actually a store-bought model with some wires stuck to it. So that thing shows the temperature? Well, I could just put one in and, you know, cost some money though. Communitron. Okay, that sounds like I could send my reports back to station. Versatile, blah 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 blah. Communitron. 16S, a surface mount version, okay. Well, this is definitely what we should do. Requires a start, has a start, pop. Before I continue with this, what is here? Stability, nose cone, winglet, radial decoupler, and what do we get here? Survivability, heat shield. A tiny structural heat shield, a small structural heat shield with an integrated fairing. PressMat barometer, a device for measuring the local atmospheric pressure, warranty void if exposed to air. I already have that on my screen, the atmospheric density. What does this thing do? Radiator panel. A radially attachable radiator panel to help dissipate heat. Oh. Is the simulation that complex? Micro landing strut. A small landing leg designed for space probes or lightweight landers. Basically made of toothpicks. Space-grade toothpicks, mind you. But be careful with them anyway. Mark 12R radial mount drudge? Whatever? Shoot. The Mark 12R is a half-side radial mount version of the Mark 25, which is here? No. Is small, deploys high up, and certainly not enough to stop you smashing into the ground on its own, but useful for slowing craft down before the deployment of your main chutes. Aha. And what is this? That was the Mark 12R, and here we have the Mark 2R, a parachute comparable to the Mark 16 chute, but which is placed radially instead of attached on top of something. Service bay, a heat-resistant service bay ideal for protecting delicate instruments or storing small service components such as RCS tanks, batteries, etc. All very interesting. Oh, we can already see what's further out. Well, don't mind me, I want to get an impression of where this is heading. Spoilers. Experimental electrics. Aha, an RTG. Another RTG. MPO probe. The planetary observer combines the function of many parts in one to help make sure the searing heat of its primary mission target is distributed and dissipated without harming its critical control functionality. Experimental science. Large holding tank. For space thingies? Narrow band scanner. Detailed information about the planet or moon that it orbits, though this data is limited to the spot directly below the scanner. Advanced motors. Ah, so it's for cars and such. Experimental aerodynamics. Aerospace tech. Rapier engine. Reactive alternate propellant intelligent engine for rockets. A backronym is a joint venture between C7 Aerospace and the Rockomax conglomerate, designed to fill a gap in the design requirements for sustainable single-stage-to-orbit aircraft. This engine combines the best of rockets and air-breathing thrust technology. Plume configured by real plume. Metamaterials. High-performance fuel systems. Advanced metalworks. Very heavy rocketry. Okay, back to business. Left mouse button drags it. Well, I'm pretty sure I should get basic rocketry. So what's here? General rocketry. Reliant liquid fuel engine compared to, what is this? The swivel. Mass 1.5 tons. Thrust. I don't know what ASL is supposed to mean. I mean, vac probably means in vacuum. ASL would then mean not in vacuum, aka atmospheric. Oh, atmospheric at sea level. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So let's stick with vacuum. Okay, 167, 215, 205, 240. Solar fuel booster. Fuel tank. Stability. I don't have to spend all of them right now, right? Oh, it's best to just use the things that I have. They come in stages for a reason, I guess. Yeah. Well, let's take a look at contracts again. No, first I need to find my way around a bit. Can we start fresh? New. Okay. Re-entry module. The design bureau cried when the finance department cried, "That's your lot." I stick with this for now. Why is there a drop there? I mean, does this thing have a drive on its own? Or is this just a mistake that there's a drop visible here? Maybe it stores some propellant? I don't know. Just place it here. Alright, next thing. Shoot, of course. Cargo. EVA jetpack. Excuse me, where do I put these? Command pod. Aha. Aha. Well, it's not expensive. Let's put it in there. Sorting. Science. Too hot thermometer. Cost 900. This is a cargo part that can be placed inside inventories. I wouldn't know where to put this or why, for now. Well, this is for science. Maybe I want to place 2 of these on the rocket. Communication. Oh, I'm in symmetry mode. Is it okay to place it up here on the parachute, or is it a stupid idea? Coupling. Would I need this though? Why place it if I don't need it? I think I should try to get this thing very high this time. How heavy will this make this thing? What's the mass? Can we see that here? Half a ton. Step on the gas. Let's see what happens. Launch. Any target I can define? I can define that, but that's probably a bit out of reach. Can I rotate this? Ish, yeah. Hey, wait, I forgot the staging. But I guess that's not a problem. Hey, can I like ignite the engine? That would be very nice. Why is the engine not firing? What's the idea here? How does it, what the fuck? Why did the engine not fire? I mean, what good is staging towards the engine when then it doesn't fire? That's not good. Yeah, okay, I just asked the almighty Gemini 3 Pro what happened. I just forgot to set the throttle. Okay, let's revert flight to launch. No. Okay, there is an obvious orientation, a problem with rotation. And I guess there wasn't enough fuel to burn meaningfully. What happens if I do science now? Will this count or will this also be reverted? I mean, I don't want to cheat, but I want to know. Observe the goo. The goo jiggles and wobbles as the craft flies. Transmit data. I can do this again? Oh, well, it seems like there's a grinding mechanism, huh? To get you forward in case you can't otherwise, huh? At least I'm falling very controlled. All that stuff that I'm dropping, that would be expensive. That did work. Huh. Well, it's not exactly a successful flight, but ah, so that's what that does. Not enough electric charge. Tell me about it. Oh, okay. Oh, that's the thing. Yeah, of course. There were solar panels in the training. Oh, look at that. That's fortunate, I can recover this now. I mean, not from here, obviously. I have to go back to Space Center, which goes through the have we landed filter, and thus makes sense that there's a filter. Recover, 173,000. Recover. And, oh, debris? Okay, what can I say? I have some science points, and what is this stuff up here? What can we see there? What is this? I mean, there was such a thing as prestige and okay, let's look at the administration building, which was relating to this kind of stuff. Oh, we have green stuff here, fundraising campaign. We can likely raise some money by exploiting the attention that we get out of new successful ventures to remind the well-to-do Kerbals out there that we could use their support and the content of their wallets. This is probably going to be seen as a bit cheeky of us, so be prepared to face some backlash from the public. Okay, so that's a negative reputation thing, huh? Effects takes 5% reputation gains, years 1,000 funds from each unit of reputation. Setup costs 7 stars. What are these stars that we're talking about? An station facility cannot handle more than 25% common strategy at this level. What are these stars? But I mean, do I need money? This gives me 1,000 funds. I have 177,000 funds. Who cares about this stuff? Or am I misreading this? Patent licensing cannot afford, not enough science. Unpaid research program, not enough reputation. Outsource R&D. Why do all the data crunching ourselves when we can contract external research labs to help us process the data we receive? These services aren't exactly cheap, but the R&D facilities are very impressive. Effects takes 5% funds income. Here's 1 science for each this and this many funds. I don't know enough about the game mechanics yet to make choices like these. Research rights sellout. We could make a quick buck from the science the R&D team has collected by selling exclusive research rights to the highest bidder. Yes, that means we wouldn't be able to make use of that science ourselves, but for exclusive rights, I'm sure we could fetch a pretty penny from some large agency or conglomerate. Effect. Does this give me 161.602 funds? I mean, what we're observing here on screen might be that this game is somehow reacting to the language of my system, which is actually set to English. But see, in Germany, when we say a number grouping in Germany is done with dots, and the decimal point in Germany is a comma. So would I get 161.602 funds? Or 161,000 funds? I mean, that would make this one also make sense. Then again, sense? Why is there no number grouping here? So I guess this really does decimal points. It's wicked, man. Huh. As it has a one-time effect, the strategy does not remain active, but can be accepted as many times as desired. appreciation campaign. We could definitely improve our image by putting some effort into reminding Kerbals everywhere of just how great the space program is. Advertisement space isn't free, however, takes 5% funds income, yields 1 reputation for each 6,000-ish funds. Open source tech program. Bailout grant. We must be in dire straits to be considering such an option. Accepting a public grant could save us from bankruptcy, but it would also put a very serious dent in the space program's reputation. However, the space program is too big to fail, so if it's either this option or closing shop, I would advise you to accept the money. Oh. Aggressive negotiations. Oh, recovery transponder fitting. Recovering parts landed far away from the Space Center can be very costly, but I reckon we can reduce those costs by installing better transponders on the parts we launch. These units are not cheap, but they should make it much easier to find parts, improving their recovery value even if they are halfway around Kerbin. What do you say? Effects, plus 5.5% to minimum vessel recovery? That's a thing too? Okay, but I'm not equipped mentally to make these choices. Flagpole. Oh, I can choose here. Astronaut complex. Stupidity, Bill Kerman. None are assigned, none are lost. Tracking station. What just happened? Welcome to the tracking station. Hi again, Gene Kerman. This is the tracking station facility. In here you can view all of the solar system, as well as the current positions and trajectories of all ongoing missions. When you have missions in progress, you will see them listed on the panel at your left. And you'll be able to take command of them from this screen. Sometimes contracts may require specific destinations in orbit or on the surface. Those will also be visible here. Lastly, if you want to see the same map view during flight, just hit the M key. Okay, so have I recovered everything that was in flight? Or can I recover more? I don't know. Mouse wheel should be faster and have some acceleration, deceleration. Okay, so more fuel would be interesting if I want to get this thing higher. I could, of course, add another booster, you know, the classic. It's a liquid fuel engine. Ah, right, I forgot this thing. Sure. Hey, what if I want to decouple? Okay, maybe that's only possible if this is... Ah, look at that. Look at that. Well, more fuel. I want more fuel. LT-100 fuel tank. This is a lot of stuff though that needs to be moved. How many tons is this? Yeah, well, is it the empty mass half a ton? Or is it the mass with fuel? Good question. So current tonnage is... Can we see that somewhere? Mass. Aha, here we can see that. The dry mass is 3.7 and the wet mass is, I mean, the full mass is 4.8. Let's compare. Aha. Huh? Wait, no, that's not actually what that is. I see that the smaller number and the bigger number, they are both changing. Why? Then I don't understand what this means. Ah, crap, I dropped the engine. What are these drops doing? Does this mean this thing has fuel, or does this... what does this mean? So the fuel booster. Why are there two? Which one is... this one's smaller, I guess. Hey, we had this problem with power, didn't we? Do we have something on the power front? No, we don't. Save and continue. How about some science? Basic science. How much science? It needs 20. 18. Yeah, choices. But none of these are about electricity. Dude, what? Where's that music coming from? I turned the music off, excuse me. There's no way for me to add more boosters, at least on the outside, right? How much weight does this thing have? Okay, 5-6 of these and we have another ton. No, I just add another booster stage. That's possible. That's not a stage. This is a stage. Of course I'm doing it like a beginner, for that's what I am. Okay, booster, drop, booster, drop, engine that I can fire if I'm not too stupid. Oh right, that little problem with the wings. Yeah, that should be in there this time. 4 times symmetry, snappity snap. Yep. Launch. Jebediah coming. Yeah, I don't know enough yet to go to places, but maybe I should, since I now have a rocket that could potentially achieve just that, pick out a place to go to. This one, for example? Activate navigation. And now these are shown in this, they're shown in this shady way, basically. Stability assist and apparently they don't want to go there. And they don't know which direction I have to go. And also I still don't understand the keyboard control. What the fuck? Okay. Apparently I should work on my aerodynamics a bit. Good thing the inertia gimbal kind of things are still working. Crap. That didn't work. Shit! Liftoff. Separation of stage 6 confirmed. 4, 2. Huh. Jebediah Kerman was killed. Yeah, let's try that again. Huckleberry Finn. The center of Mars. Oh, right. No, not again. Classic, huh? That didn't work at all. I would say let's just fly vertically for a while. Then the booster is burned up. First get some altitude. Waterfall mod. Yeah, it's the right way. At some point. Not now. Everything is exploding. Apparently I need to get back to the planning stage. Just add some more aerodynamics. Just launch vertically, see what happens. So far, so good. Yeah. I'll make some altitude here. 3 kilometers. Nice. Maybe it's time to go in the direction a bit. I'm pushing the key W the whole time right now. But the air resistance doesn't allow me to get out of this invisible corridor of airstream. Alright, I have to launch the motherfucker. Something tells me this is not fruitful. I mean... I have a controller here, let me try that for a second. That doesn't do much. I really don't understand the keyboard controls. I mean, if I fly high, if I fly with a rocket from the get-go, at the beginning, a very simple one, then if I press W or D or whatever, then I will go in a direction. Where can I see that direction before I go there? I mean, I can't just push the button and think, oh, that was wrong, push the other one. This is a rocket. But this is not orbit, because escape velocity is not what we're going to reach here. And he is not vomiting? How is that happening? Indeed, right? I mean, what the fuck? Look at this. Wow. Hey, look at that, the Milky Way. And the sun. Probably spiced up a bit by the mods, I guess. Oh, I like it. Was a good tip with the mods, I guess. Can't really gauge that, I mean, don't have enough experience. Ah, now we're falling. 100 meters per second? No, faster even. How about I deploy the capsule itself now? Okay. No usable comms device. Didn't I have antennas here? Or are these range? In range was the message. Antenna rating 5K. Is this kilometers or something? Yes, yes. Another reminder annoys me. Well, and I got to go to work again tomorrow, so it's 1 hour before midnight. I have to shut this down now. This was possibly a bit boring, except to those who want to study the noob. What is he doing, or what's the thought process, and so forth. Huh? Ah, what can I say? Everybody starts somewhere. I don't have a parachute that would slow me down. What is it that I'm hearing? Oh, something that impacted the surface, I would assume. 2,000 meters. This parachute can be deployed, even though I'm so fucking fast. Incredible. Well, I can say I'm not... it doesn't look the same everywhere. Similar-ish, maybe. What's this? A lone tree. Review data, send. Transmit. Uploading data, not enough electric charge. So I can forget about the antennas, I don't have enough power yet for these kind of things. Anyway, Space Center. So now I have more money for whatever reason, even though I just totaled a rocket or something. And there is one that we could recover, which gives me even more money. Jebediah Kerman, 6 parts, 0 stages. Science, mystery goo, some data gathered. Recovery of a vessel that survived the flight, 0 science, but some data. I don't understand this data gathered thing. Oh, well, I guess I do, yeah. Its data has been gathered, but the value of this data is shown here, and that's the result. No result here. Could have been, but no. Why? Maybe because the vehicle type that I'm using is the one that I've been using this whole time or something, I don't know. Okay, parts. Gives me some funds back. And no XP gain from this, excuse me? The guy has learned how to not vomit. Well, 37 science. Almost 200,000. But I will shut this down now for today. And I have to learn so many things. For example, what is it I have to learn? Some of you are eager to write in the comments, and I appreciate that, but I want to make clear that when I say these things, it's because, well, I have to talk a lot when I do these videos, so it's not like, hey, I just asked a question. Would not someone answer my question? Come on! I have a ton of answers already, posted by you guys, for example, that I have to go through and check out and so forth. Okay. 1990.